going to tell you a little story, the story of my evolution from a clumsy 1970s roller skating girl to an inline skating marathoner. Now, when I was a kid, I loved skating. I'd roll up and down the driveway, around the ping pong table, but I wasn't the only one skating. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Now, I'm just going to give a little lesson on jargon. What we did in the 70s was called roller skating. Inline skating was around before rollerblades were invented in Minnesota in the 80s, but they weren't really popular. Rollerblades made inline skating really comfortable and very affordable, and it became all the rage. They were so popular, people started saying they were rollerblading or bleeding. You can say that if you're on rollerblades, but otherwise, you're inline skating. So as an adult, I picked up my first pair of rollerblades in 1995. It was a banner year. I was looking for a job, getting married, moving to a new house, and didn't have health insurance. What a great time to learn a new and potentially dangerous sport. Skip ahead to the 2000s. I was still leisurely skating around the lakes. My husband picked up running. He got kind of good for a guy in his 40s. Within a year, he went from running his first 5K to running his full marathon. He told me a half marathon he had signed up for had a skating component and said, you should try the skating half marathon. Now, that's 13.1 miles, and I had no idea if I could do that. So I thought, I guess I'll try. We'll see how that goes. Now, at this half marathon, I was introduced to spandex. Lots and lots of spandex on people who didn't have poochy tummies from having 2 kids, who had rippling muscles. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and I looked like I had just stepped out of a Richard Simmons workout video. Can you say intimidated? I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was also introduced to drafting at this race. Now, this is when skaters skate right behind each other to reduce wind resistance. They conserve energy. They are literally skating 3 feet behind the person in front of them. If the person in front of them goes down, you go down. You also touch each other on the low back to push yourself away from that person, just in case it wasn't awkward enough already. One other thing about drafting, you can get to know people really, really well without ever seeing their face. I am telling you, I have recognized more than one person after a race by looking at their ass. And neck hairs are also a dead giveaway. Now, while drafting, it's good to be short and narrow behind a broad, tall skater. One time I was drafting behind a really big guy, and I said, "You're so big, I could draft behind you forever." His response, "Yeah, I'm great at breaking wind." Now, during this first race, I'd planned to skate alone because I didn't know drafting existed, but other people liked my pace, so they fell in behind me. Before I knew it, I was leading a drafting line, and I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know to yell "fall back" when I got tired, so I pulled the line for 5 miles before I pooped out, and I was so tired I couldn't even get back into the line to reap the benefits of my work. At the end, my legs were trembling, my back was aching, my feet were numb from the vibrations, but my heart was thrilled. I was hooked. I committed to doing it again and beating my own time. So one of the things I learned in order to get faster, besides being physically fit, is you need good equipment. So I said goodbye to my rollerblades and hello to Bont skates that were custom molded to my feet with larger, faster wheels. These things rock. I also started weight training so I could get stronger back and core muscles for the forward-leaning position that you need for aerodynamics. So I graduated to skating full marathons, 26.2 miles. So if you just exited the theater here, took a quick left, and went straight down 94 for 26.2 miles, you would hit Hudson Golf Course on skates. I finished my first marathon in just under 2 hours, averaging about 13 miles an hour. A year later, I finished that same event in 1 hour, 35 minutes, averaging 16 miles an hour. Now, that's the average, so sometimes you're going faster and slower. Now, I don't win races. The top skaters finish in about an hour. That's 26 miles an hour on skates. It's crazy. But I do place in my division, and so does my husband, and that's pretty awesome. So my point in telling you all this is not just to share my passion for this crazy, goofy little sport, but to share what I'm doing to keep myself young, to have more energy so I can keep up with my crazy kids and my schedule and make it through the rest of my day. So I hope to be doing this well into my 80s. And I know I can because I've seen those octogenarians out there, and they can rock that spandex. So my question to you is, what is your passion that's going to keep you young? Find it and pursue it, and maybe I'll see you on the trails. Thanks.